Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night CASTT. We are a group of applied, spiritual, and therapeutic tabletop gamers who are exploring the purpose and demonstrating the therapeutic and spiritual applications of role-playing games for professionals to utilize with their own clients. We're happy to have you with us here tonight. If this is your first time here, we're very excited to have you join us. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back again. As always, we're always happy to see people rejoining us. If you would like to get caught up on some of our episodes, we're a little bit behind on reposting some of our Wanderhome episodes, but you can check us out on YouTube. At Cast Gamer, CASTT Gamers. If you search for that on YouTube, you'll be able to find us and catch some of our other great content on there as well. We've been rolling out some new shows, and you can always play catch up on there as well as our Gaze of Our Lives show as well. So lots of great stuff on there. We hope that you will come check it out and see what we're doing. So yeah, with that, Scott, I'm gonna turn it over to you for some announcements.
Hello. If I cough a little bit or seem strange tonight, it's because I've got literally a bowl of acetone in front of me, and no
strange tonight.
More strange.
More strange.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
More strange. I have a bowl of acetone and no ventilation, so I'm making good choices. Hi everybody. We want to remind you that you should check out TTRPGs for trans rights in Texas. That is the bundle that is up on itch.io right now. I just bought it myself earlier in the week. There are a ton of great games in there, computer games, role-playing games, you can make a minimum donation. I think might be $5 or $10. So consider giving them more if you can. And shout out to the indie TTRPG community and all the designers. It's something like a $6,500 value. So that's 4 digits.
It is the one that Wanderhome is in. Wanderhome and Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Yes. So highly recommend that. Several of us have purchased it. So you can check out the link, which we either have dropped or are dropping in the Twitch stream right now. But yeah, there's 700 creators that joined together to support Ukrainians in, new topic. There are 700 creators that have joined together to support Ukrainians in the ordeal of the attacks made against them. Are we not calling it a war for some reason?
I think that's just the description of the bundle.
I think that.
Yeah,
I just put the bundle.
I just put the description in the bundle there.
Okay, that's fine. So donate to this bundle at the low cost of $10, and you get access to 1,000 games. You can easily donate more if you are able. All proceeds are split between the International Medical Corps, which provides medical care to the region, and Voices of Children, which is a Ukrainian organization that helps children with the horrors of war. Hi, buddy. And so that is the bundle for Ukraine on itch. So 2 great places to donate some money. So yeah, check those out. Coming up on 4/21, what day of the week is that? Thursday. At 8 p.m. Eastern time, premiere episode of Community Care, Playing Your Part. This is going to be hosted by members Renee and Hallie, and you should join them as they explore community care practices in tabletop games and adapt the mechanics for our own community care games. A little bit earlier than that, so this month on the 24th, that is in just a week and change away at 9:30. The next episode of Tabletop Transformations, where Menachem And Tanya will welcome Alan Turner, who created the Gothic tribal horror RPG Edragor, as their guest. Menachem, you want to give us a little bit more information about what's coming up for Tabletop Transformations?
Sure. We are the community of applied, spiritual, and therapeutic tabletop gamers. We believe that by using games, we know that by using games, you can do deep personal work in a therapeutic or spiritual manner. So the show is talking about how to do that. So our next guest is Alan Turner, my dear friend who is here in Chicago, teaches at DePaul University in the game design and runs their game lab there. And this is his game, Edragor, based on many of the indigenous cultures around the world. Alan himself is Black, Lakota, and Irish. And so a lot of it is based in Lakota lore, but also cultures all around the world. And we're going to look at how this kind of horror game can help us explore our deep spiritual projects and processes.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
A couple days after that, on Sunday, the 27th of March, Gaze of Our Lives will play Exodus. Thank you, sir. You can look over wherever to see Menachem holding that up. That is a Belonging Outside Belonging game by Fading Roots and inspired by Ezra Furman's album Transangelic Exodus. It's a story of angels on the road, making community as they go and trying to find somewhere better. It's a game rooted in a time, an autobiography, and a plan and a dream and a fear all in one. April 23rd to the 24th, Real Women of Gaming TogetherCon. TogetherCon will have everything that a physical convention would have: panels, guests, media rooms, workshops, TTRPG live shows, cosplayers, common spaces where con goers can get together and talk about mutual gaming likes, as well as free TTRPG tables for pickup games. And we're dropping the link into the Twitch stream. Wonderful. And speaking of cons, TAGS is coming up soon. Therapeutic and Applied Geek and Gaming Summit will be June 10th to the 12th. Check out 2022.tagsummit.org. Tickets are on sale now. Get them now for the early bird price. Submissions for panels and events are open as well.
You can also watch everything from last year's tags from the vault. That's right. Right, Lara?
That's right.
That's
the
right.
vault.
You'll be a vault hunter. I need
You
to
can
tell,
find information on that at tagsummit.org.
I need to go tell Link that's what she should do for the vault video.
Going back to Real Women of Gaming, Hallie was one of the co-hosts of last night's show, Play Your Part, and are on the Real Women of Gaming, Tankards, Taverns, and Tales, I believe is the title. I always get the mixed up with the T's, but we do that tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Say with confidence, buddy.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Or 6.
Or maybe
Or
8.
Maybe 5 p.m. Central, but I'll find out and I'll put it back in this chat. But we're playing 5e, surprise, surprise, with the Real Women of Gaming crew.
So let's shift gears away from announcements and let's talk about our game tonight, which is Wanderhome, a pastoral fantasy role-playing game about traveling animal folk. The world they inhabit, the way the seasons change. It's a game filled with grassy fields, mossy shrines, herds of chubby bumblebees, opossums in sundresses, salamanders with suspenders, and starry night skies, and the most beautiful sunsets you can imagine. Game is designed by Jay Dragon at Possum Creek Games. There are 2 versions of the book you can buy, one with insects and one without insects in the art. Check that out at possumcreekgames.com/pages/Wanderhome. I'm assuming that link is in the stream as well. So we've got, oh, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was gonna say, I heard recently that, and I should have made a note of it. I don't know what it is, but Jay and the game Wanderhome has been nominated not only for a Nebula for best game writing, but also a second award now too, and I forget what that award is offhand.
Wow.
So that makes me a
That's
terrible,
awesome.
terrible fan of this game.
Aren't
But,
Nebulas also for science fiction writing, or is that a
I think
different?
they give a bunch of Nebula gives a
Mm.
bunch of awards
Yep.
out. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's
been a
Yeah, they-
lot of indie games and a lot of indie games we've played that have been nominated.
The Nebulas are mostly in fiction, but they have this game category.
Hmm.
Wanderhome, Coyote and Crow, and
One other one.
Thirsty Sword Lesbians
Yeah.
are in
Oh.
the same category of nominated for writing. But two other games which I'm not familiar with. Sorry.
Menachem and I played Thirsty Sword Lesbians with some young folk we know, and it was a blast. Very
But
different feel.
Probably not advisable.
No, no, it's not. But we kept it appropriate.
Yes. Yes.
We kept it appropriate. So let's review last week. I wasn't here, but Tennille has provided me with a beautiful summary. This will be my first time reading it, so I'm discovering as I read. So forgive me if I suddenly sound shocked. The group leaves the castle with Sorrel and Cairn move to have a private conversation. Ali, Esme, Nope, and Puppy. Ali, Esme, Nope, and Puppy. I'm noticing a theme in the names. Make their way to a river and swim down to the marketplace. Ollie hears music and begins to follow it and finds Radcliffe. Radcliffe tells the group there's information on Ollie's parents in Cornucopia, which is a mere 2 days walk from Crescent Sky. A message is sent to Sorrel and Cairn so that they can join when they're able. The group gets a tent, a wagon full of supplies, a large ladybug. Esme names the ladybug Bugaboo. After a long day's travel, they settle at a campsite, eat, and prepare to sleep. Radcliffe, Nope, and Ollie sleep in the tent. Esme sleeps in her wagon, and Puppy sleeps in a puppy pile beneath the stars.
I have to say, we have to include that puppy bargaining was invented.
It's true.
mm.
It's true.
Ali and Nope had a great ride on Puppy down the hill.
and then I definitely surfed on Puppy.
definitely
as we
surfed.
swam
Yes.
into town.
Yeah. You guys had a
They
blast.
use your ears to steer.
We didn't.
I
get
think I
into that
definitely did
detail.
some tugging when we were puppy bargaining.
I told Nina what happened, and she said she really wants to draw that. She says she has to listen to the episode now.
Thank you, Nina, for always making great visuals for the things we come up with.
The shenanigans we get up to in this group.
I don't know, Laura. You could put your drawing skills to the test.
I don't do people and I don't do animals. I can't
Do
draw
you do
that.
anthropomorphic animals?
No,
But you do
No,
ghosts.
I do draw ghosts.
So quick reminder for
Ghosts are
us as
like
well as for our
people.
audience about our safety tools. So these are the safety tools right out of Wanderhome. In previous games, we've used our own creations for these for the next piece. For this run, we're using Wanderhomes. So we've got options to say, let's do this instead. Do we want to? Where to next? What do you think? Hold on, or simply no. And now I will hand things over to Dustin for our opening meditation.
Thank you. Yeah, so this little meditation came from something I saw just recently, the last day or two, and I thought it was kind of interesting, relating to and thinking about our games of Wanderhome and like Wanderhome in general, and of course, like sacred sites. It often seems as if just by being at an ancient site, especially if it is well preserved, remote, and rarely visited, something is communicated by the earth to the person by some kind of mental osmosis. This effect, intellectual, aesthetic, or intuitive, can be instant or it can occur more subtly long after a visit. But once the call of the stones is heard, an individual is bound by an irresistible magnetic pull to ancient sacred practices everywhere. And so this comes from, I believe it's a book by Devereaux, Steele, and Kubrin called Earthmind. So yeah.
Thank you, Dustin.
With that, I'll
When I
turn it
do
over
my
to you.
spiritual, when I do my spiritual discovery gaming groups, we often start with a meditation. It's always been silence, but I'm inspired now to consider reading as a way to start those also. So thank you.
Yeah.
So we're about to step into the magic circle of play, that space around the table or the screen where the rules of daily living get suspended for the most part, unless you're working on your miniatures. But that's even not even the rule daily living activities, it's gaming activities. I wasn't trying to call you out, Scott. I was trying to include you.
I felt like you were calling me out.
So
A little bit of both.
I only call you out in private. But anyway, no, that's not true either. But I was not trying to call you out just now. I was trying to be inclusive. So to do this, to enter into that circle, we start by asking the players a couple of questions. And tonight I have a standard question, for the usual question, and a new question. So the first question: what are your thoughts, questions, or concerns going into tonight's game? And I'll keep track of the order as we go. So who wants to go first? I'll call on Dustin.
Trying to be quiet and let somebody else go first once. I feel like I've become the Tim without Tim here.
You're the Tim.
That's
Some
just-
call me Tim.
Thoughts, questions, concerns. I don't know why I haven't been struggling with Wanderhome, but I've been struggling with like full immersion in it. With like, I feel like everybody else has been very involved with some of the world building and everything, and I've been just kind of along for the ride on some of that. I think some of it may be hangover from running Kids on Brooms and doing like all the world building for that still. So yeah, I guess so. I'm just kind of like along for the ride at times and enjoying playing this game very much. I love everything about this game as well, but I'm going to try and work on getting more involved with some of the world building and everything. But I don't know, just a thought, I guess, around that. So I get to turn it over to somebody. So I'm going to give it right back to you now, Menachem.
More than fair. I've had a week where I thought I was exposed to COVID, and I actually was running a fever in the middle of the week, which I think was actually not related, but got my PCR test back today and it was negative. So I think it's just I had a cold or I have a sinus infection going on. So I'm glad to have that relief, because I thought I was going to be saying, I don't even know if I have COVID during the show tonight. And I don't know, I think I'm starting to get into more. I think last week I spoke about not really fully getting into the game, even though the description of the game was like the perfect kind of game for me. So I think I've starting to last week. I think the puppy bargaining really helped, and to kind of get into the game and the spirit of things. So I will call on Kayla.
All right. Okay. I don't have any concerns. I actually had an all right week. It went kind of fast. I do have a funeral tomorrow that I have to get up early for and drive 4 hours, but that's all right. I was looking forward to tonight, so I needed something to carry me into the weekend because I get to travel home to rural North Dakota. Uh, so, but I think I was looking forward to it, so I'm just gonna jellyfish and see what happens. So, Lara.
I think I have a theme the last month or so, maybe more, of I have had a stressful week. Not just the usual work stuff. This week there's been a loss in my family. Yet another one. So we are in this house ready to have some fun. I'm ready to have some fun. And Ollie brings the fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to tonight. More Ollie shenanigans. And I'm going to pass it to Neil.
I don't think I have any questions or any big concerns today. Just want to focus on staying in my character and seeing what happens. And my week's been, I don't know, there's been some really great highs and some worries, but I'm in a good place today. So that's good. Scott, why don't you take it away?
I think my concern right now is if I'm going to be able to check in fully tonight. We're joking about me being distracted, but I am distracted today. I got a new airbrush and I'm really excited to start painting my minis with it. And my week was good. This is week 4 of a new job, and I did my own thing on the floor, the unit that I'm responsible for, and things were smooth, and I didn't make any significant mistakes. So I'm pleased. I hopefully will get faster and more comfortable with the work I'm doing.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. So now I have a new question. Last episode, we traveled from town to town, and tonight we're going to continue that traveling. So you've traveled a long, dusty road. It was hot, sweaty, and incredible. The people and places you met and visited are engraved deep in your soul. Now you are home. How do you take the road home with you? Or do you need to leave it behind? How do you do that? So answer either question.
Well, there's 3 questions there, but okay.
Well, it's a two-part question number 2, Punk.
Oh, 1 question, 2 parts. Gotcha. So yeah, I just think I like to do like photography. So anytime I travel to a new place, I feel like that's how I take it with me. Is I bring the pictures and memories with me. So it's just something that I like to do that helps kind of keep me in touch with that place. I was just looking through some old pictures earlier this week and being like, oh yeah, that time we traveled there or something. So yeah, that's something I enjoy to take it home with me. And sometimes rocks. Sometimes rocks come home with me in my pockets for some reason as well. Especially from the beach.
I love road trips. It's my favorite form of traveling. I'd rather drive than fly. And I used to be a very dedicated journaler. Not so much these days, or for several years now, but I can go back and reread my journals, and see and with all my trips. And I usually keep mementos, like if I went to a museum or a restaurant or something. Keep just a little, one or two, not too many. I don't scrapbook per se. I like to keep something to help me remind of the place and the people. Used to be physical photographs, but I'm terrible at putting them in albums. That's the word I'm looking for. But I do like to take my experiences home with me and have little visual or written mementos of them to remember the people and the places. Kayla.
I'm trying to think are we answering as our character or as ourself?
We're still as players.
Okay. So my my dad used to collect snow globes for me. So anywhere he had traveled in the truck, he would come home with like a snow globe or like one of those fancy collectible spoons. And for a long time, like I used to collect those. But if you have them long enough, the water runs out, it goes dry, it like evaporates. Really weird. Like some of those like cheap ones you just get in a truck stop, not like the fancy glass ones. So I don't have many of them anymore, but that's how I would used to do that. And every time I'm in like a truck stop now, I'll like look at the little mementos area. Brings a nice smile.
So I have collected pins. Let me see. That's a Disney one. That's baseball. But I have a whole bunch of pins. I collect them from everywhere I go. I have since I was a little kid. It's gonna bite me in the butt because I also collect like little mementos, like Menachem said, but I have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff from I don't know how long going back, but those are the ways that I remember how it was to be there, to be in that place with those people. I'm also really good at posting my trips photos up on Facebook. And then I check my memories every day and get a nice reminder of the things I did on that day, however many years ago. So I'm always looking at the past to see how it was for me to be on the road.
I love that your pins are within easy reach.
Always under my desk. I have 2 bags and they are very heavy because I also collect Disney pins. So I have the most of those. Every time I go to a Disney place, I get at least 1 pin.
So I don't have any collections. So I think I just leave home behind. How do I do it? I don't really think about it. I just focus on the present, be in the moment, use my senses. Yeah, that's all I have. Scott?
So it's interesting, right? Because I think about this question, I think about two things. I either think like the obvious of like, obviously we're talking about COVID. We've followed a long, hard road these past couple of years, right? But then I also think about like my own personal experiences and like this is a second career as a mental health professional. Like I've gone through a lot of stuff to get where I am. And I don't do a good job of leaving stuff behind. And I carry a lot of stuff with me. And then the past couple of years, changing careers, I've started learning how to let go of a lot of stuff. And it's a really like positive thing. And like Tennille, I'm so jealous that you, because you make it sound very easy, but it's very fucking hard. Am I allowed to swear on the stream? So I engage in mindfulness practice and I meditate every day so that to try to like stay in the moment and be mindful of where I am and how I'm feeling to help me try to leave stuff behind. Because I think you travel a hard road long enough, it sticks with you. Which I will say is the same deal with my character.
Well, as we get ready now to segue into our character's frame of reality, we will do the name ritual and transfer from the roads we've traveled as players to the road we are traveling as characters. So
By
each of
name
us,
ritual, you mean name game?
the name game, not that name game. That's why I
But
say
just realized
ritual.
you got a little Mario vibe going on there with that apron.
It's a me,
You're like-
Mario.
So we will say our player names, and then each person will say hello to the player, and then we'll say our character names, and each of us will welcome in the character in the same order.
I am Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Hi, Dustin.
Hi,
Hey,
Dustin.
Hello, Dustin.
I'll be playing Nopi.
Hey,
Hey,
no.
Hey,
Nope.
Nopi.
Hey, Nopi.
My name is Menachem,
Oh,
I'm
Menachem.
Menachem.
Hello, Menachem.
and I am Puppy.
Hello,
Hello,
puppy.
puppy.
Hi, puppy.
My name is Kayla,
Hi,
Hey,
Kayla.
Hey,
Kayla.
Hi,
Kayla.
Kayla.
and I am playing Radcliffe.
Hi,
Hey,
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe.
Oh, Radcliffe.
And I'm Laura,
Hi,
Hello,
Laura.
Laura.
and I'm playing Ollie.
Hello, Ollie.
Hello,
Hello,
Hey,
Ollie.
Ollie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tennille,
Hello,
Hi,
Hey,
Tennille.
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 and I'm playing Esme.
Hello,
Hello,
Esme.
Hey, Esme.
What's up, Esme?
And howdy, y'all. I'm Scott.
Hello,
Hey,
Scott.
Scott.
And tonight, I'm playing Sorrel.
Hello,
Hi,
Hey,
Sorrel.
Sorrel.
Girl.
With that, we wake up at the watchtower by the fire.
Well,
Ish.
some of us are in a tent.
We're all near the fire.
Some of us are in a tent.
Yes.
You're the only one actually right by the fire.
Yes. Okay.
Puppy.
Some of you are intense.
Yes, we are intense.
Yeah, dad joke.
Past tense?
I'm a
or present
teepee.
tense?
I'm a wigwam.
Have you ever heard that? That's yeah. You're too tense, Scott.
There's just one tent.
It's a
It's a
magic
big
tent, but not a magic tent.
Magic? Who told you it's magic?
Ollie just thinks it's magic. Everything's magic.
Actually, if it's morning and it's early, Nopi is not in his bed. He has found a quiet spot and he's playing his ocarina.
Nope is a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
He established that
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the past episode. Yeah.
Mhm.
Esme is also a morning person, so Nopi would have, possibly seen her like get up, tend to Bugaboo, and set out some pots for, creamy grits and scrambled eggs and hot
Ooh.
tea.
Hot breakfast this morning, not just
Yeah.
scones. Okay.
Yeah,
You're a swan and you're going to eat eggs?
sure.
Puppy is not by the fire anymore.
Some people might want eggs. Still have some fruit as well.
After the sunrise, Nopi would go over to check in with Esme.
Good morning.
what's that? And he's just gonna stick his finger in the grits.
Uh, please don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself.
It feels weird.
It's like a hot cereal, like a hot oatmeal type thing. It's very good.
I think I got it off. Yeah, that's good.
I'm imagining you like wiping it off not only on like the shirt but also your fur. Like,
Do you like some tea?
Sure.
You get a token.
I've got like 12 of them or something.
Yeah, y'all need to spend these tokens.
No, I put
So
79.
she offers you a cup of Sun Smile tea.
I can always dance idly, so I'm just gonna be standing there dancing while I'm waiting for my tea. You like turn around, you're making tea, and you turn around, and I'm just kind of like moving and dancing a little bit to myself, not even realizing that I'm doing it.
Do you always have a song in your head? You seem to dance a lot.
You never seem to dance, Esme.
Well, I danced when you invited me to that one time.
Do you never just want to dance sometimes? I always want to dance.
Esme is gonna stir the tea and nod, which is a move that she can always do.
It sounds like a dance move.
Yeah, that's kind of. You're getting there, Esme.
Okay.
You gotta get the hips going a little bit too. And like I'm gonna like nod and like move my hips and be like, see, just a little. I'll take the tea. That's okay.
Here you go. Here you go. Can I get you some breakfast?
Sure. If you're gonna offer food, I'll say yes.
And she sets out some fruit for you.
Those gooseberries? Where'd you get gooseberries? I haven't seen those in.
Oh, okay. I was gonna have Puppy walk up with a bowl full of berries. You jumped the berries are already there, I guess.
No, you can still have a bowl if you want.
Yeah, maybe there was some that grew nearby or something, or
Yeah.
maybe somebody here had them and was sharing. I don't know. Like you can.
No, I imagine I woke up early and collected berries and fell asleep by the watchtower. So I'm just gonna stumble in yawning with a bowl full of berries. Here.
More gooseberries. My puppy.
Yeah, I like berries.
Oh, it's very nice of you.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, it is.
That's very nice.
And I can
Esme
always
made
laugh.
a pun.
I can always laugh and smile, so I'm just gonna like laugh and smile and eat some berries.
They'll be good in the grits.
The what?
The grits.
The grits, the creamy grits. That's kind of like oatmeal, but not really. It's slightly different. It's different.
It was the weird thing that I touched earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stir this some more over the hot fire.
I feel like on smelling the food, Ollie starts waking up and runs over and starts jumping on Radcliffe's cot.
Radcliffe is awake.
You're awake?
Yes.
Damn.
Radcliffe was gonna wake Ollie up, but
either way works.
Radcliffe does not jump on Ollie's bed.
Well, then Ollie's gonna start jumping on Ollie's bed.
That's fine.
I'm just imagining Ollie going around jumping on all the beds to see.
There's
which one
6 beds in
comes
there,
here.
just
See if
jumping
there's
on the
anybody
beds.
in the beds. Ollie, I think maybe we should have some breakfast.
Oh, Esme's cooking always tastes good. We should go. You should have some.
Well, yes, we have a long walk before we get to Cornucopia. And Radcliffe looks at their watch that they don't have and just knows
It's
that
time to go.
we'll need to leave and we'll need to leave in order to get there before sunset.
Okay. And then jumps like a few more times on the bed that Ollie's on and then runs out the door of the tent.
Okay. I will follow.
I smell breakfast.
Come and get it.
Good morning.
Ollie, you
Morning,
ever,
Esme.
you ever had these gooseberries before?
Gooseberries? I don't think so.
You should try them. They're great. One of my favorites.
Okay, if you say so. And then Ollie's gonna have some gooseberries. These are delicious.
Remember to remove the leaves. Little leaves on there.
And- Enjoy them now. We won't see many as it gets hotter as we travel.
That's right. Radcliffe is going to say it is the beginning of devil days. And to remember,
That was
It's
some
gonna get
great
hot.
suspense.
it's going to get hot. We should head out before it gets the hottest. Puppy, are you going to be cool enough? Your coat seems rather thick with 2 C's.
It's just the way. I'll provide lots of shade for all the rest of you.
Won't you sweat?
Sweat is nature's air conditioner.
Those
It
things.
evaporates and cools you down.
Thought dogs didn't sweat.
All right.
I'm not a dog.
Puppy
Dogs
is
do
a bear.
sweat,
Oh,
but Puppy is a bear.
that's true.
I don't know if bears sweat.
You know who would
Hey.
know? Hey, Alexa.
Lexa's not here right now. Come back in 9 months.
Or when we pick up with kids on brooms again. Year 2 at Yale.
I think that's 9 months from now.
Yeah.
Esme will hand out bowls of grits and eggs with those who want some, and fruit and tea. And once everyone has something, then she'll make her way over to where Bugaboo is and start to hitch them back to the wagon.
Is Bugaboo gonna be okay when it's hot?
That's a
I
good
think so.
question.
I think so. Yeah, they've got these wings that they flutter, and it kind of creates a little bit of wind. But
Oh.
we'll try to make sure that they're in a shady place so they don't overheat. Give them lots of water.
Hmm.
I'm going to spend a token
Yes. Then
and
those tokens.
reveal something hidden about the person in front of you, Esme. What is it that I say about you? Because you get to choose. What's something hidden about you?
Really put me on the spot here.
I mean, it's the way the game's made. Reveal something hidden about the person in front of you and ask them what it is.
Yeah.
You take such good care of everybody.
Esme is missing Sorrel. That's what is hidden from everyone.
Am I going to let you get away with that answer?
Yes.
Do we think Sorrel has arrived
So I actually had a
through
plan.
through the night?
You have a plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as Radcliffe asks that question, you look down and realize that like Sorrel like is just kind of like plodding up as you all are like finishing hitching up Bugaboo. And it seems as though he's just been like steadily treading the whole time.
On the
Just like chewing. What's that?
on the trail?
Yeah. He's been walking all through the night to get there.
I think for my
Remember,
token,
he walks really slow.
I think for my token, I want a little more juice.
A little more juice.
Juiciness.
You want some tart juice?
Is Ollie
You
still
want some
eating?
tart juice?
I don't know how to interpret that.
You don't have to.
Esme is worried about Sorrel. Is that a little bit more? Worried and missing him.
Because
Because he's a close friend of hers.
Listen, old people don't talk about these things.
Great. As Puppy and Esme are like having this exchange where Puppy, maybe it seems like Puppy's like picking up on something. Radcliffe is going to poke Ollie and say, "Stop playing with your food. Just eat it."
But this is how I eat breakfast. And like
No.
face is covered in grits and like she's been eating with her hands. Like
Let's go get cleaned up.
I feel like Nopi is also been eating with their hands and probably also a mess. And you're like, let's go get cleaned up. And Nopi's like,
Well, great. So Radcliffe is gonna inconvenience themselves to help both of you clean up. And has like dragged both of you off as Puppy and Esme are having this conversation. Okay, carry on.
I don't imagine all that was actually said in character. It was kind of, but anyway.
Well,
And
Yeah.
Puppy eats with his hands too. He's a bear.
I mean, we are all animals.
we are.
And there are utensils that we can use.
Yes. But licking honey off the paws is a lot more fun than
Puppy can do
food.
what Puppy wants. Ollie cannot. Ollie is a child.
what does that make me?
A man child.
Radcliffe hasn't decided yet.
A grown child.
Possibly special needs.
Oh, no.
No.
So when
No.
when Esme sees Sorrel, I'm actually going to spend a token to where is it? Ease someone's pain, if only for a moment. And I will kind of gesture to Sorrel to take a seat in the wagon so that he can rest his feet. And then we'll provide him with some Lilywort's tea. And she'll say, "I have just the tea for that." And she
Oh.
offers you some Lilywort's tea.
Oh, Esme, you always have just the tea for that.
And when you drink it, it makes you mighty.
Oh, that one again? Did we
Yes.
drink that one 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Ollie liked that one too.
Yeah, I think like when he sits, you hear like the popping of his joints, and like he just kind of like sighs. So what are you two discussing? And he eyes you and Puppy.
I mean, I do think the way this works is kind of, is it in game or out of game? I'm not sure. But I guess my player reveals something. So Puppy would have been saying, he'll make it back. I know you miss him, and he's a dear friend. He'll catch up with us. Puppy, I don't think Puppy has any sort of ability to do subtext like that.
That's fair, but it's still pretty great coming from Puppy.
Yeah.
He's a bison friend, not a deer friend.
Nope, he turns around from getting their hands washed.
Somewhere.
I was a little worried about you, Sorrel, but I'm glad that you made it here. Let me fetch you some breakfast. And she gives you like a bowl of grits with fruit.
And I take out like an old branch that I've like whittled into a spoon or something, with like a long handle, and I'm just kind of like daintily,
If
yeah,
you
like
can
little mouthfuls.
Puppy,
Don't wanna
I
choke.
put my hand on your shoulder. It's good to have good friends, you know, as you're served breakfast.
I think once we're done getting cleaned up and Ollie turns around and sees Sorrel, he's gonna run up and give Sorrel a hug. Just like,
Oh, gentle.
yeah.
I catch the
Yep.
spoon as you drop it.
Sorrel, you made it.
So
You did make the spoon.
tell me, little one, what did you dream last night?
I dreamed that I was floating down a river. And I reached into the water and found treasure. That's all. Simple dreams.
What sort of treasure?
It was a rock, but it didn't look like it belonged in the river. Scott looks like he's thinking and reading.
I'm reading. I got nothing.
I got to
Sorrel,
sleep in a
yours.
big tent. And it has
Yes.
2 windows.
I hear there's lots of beds.
And I've jumped on all the beds.
Wait. Beds. I'm sorry. You guys
There
are
are-
carrying around beds and a tent?
You missed that.
Nope bought Vader sold Nope a magic tent
Oh,
that basically did a Harry Potter thing.
that's dope. Is there like a little kitchenette in there and everything?
I don't think there's a kitchen in there, but there's lots
I
of
think
beds.
there's like 6 cots or whatever and windows and a door.
So
Yeah.
if Ollie is like pointing out the tent, you definitely see me over it. And I pull some lever and you see this big tent just go shoot down into this small little thing that I then pick up in my hand.
Is that a take a moment to marvel at something no one has ever seen before?
Yes. Well, yes. I certainly.
I don't know.
I don't think Sorrel's seen that before.
Oh no.
He puts his arm around Ollie for a moment, and points up to the sky and says, the true beauty of traveling Haeth can only be appreciated under the night sky in the quiet solitude of the wilderness.
We saw lots of that last night too.
Yeah. They laid in the middle of the road. It was very concerning.
It was at the fork just off the road.
Radcliffe is gonna look at their non-existent watch again and ask everyone if they're ready.
I will look at the spoon because I haven't given it back yet. And I'll say, as I hand it to Sorrel, Sorrel, your spoon is magnificent. I can see the imperfection that show the hand of the artist and the rawness that show the patterns of nature, both in it. I've never seen its equal.
Hey, puppy.
I give him back the spoon. And I look over towards Nopey.
Does that mean we're going to go to the spoon in the road next?
If you
Yeah,
find a spoon, I want to know. If you find
Is
a spoon
there-
in the road, I want to see it.
Is there a knife in the road, or is that just the road?
That's a good question. Why do they call it the fork in the road? I'm still stuck on that one. But I'm gonna
We'll
keep
just-
thinking about it.
We'll
Maybe
have
we
to
could-
ask the makers.
Ooh, who's the maker?
I don't know. Maybe they're in Cornucopia.
I'm
Guys,
ready to
let's
go, Radcliffe. I'm always ready
Radcliffe
to go.
wants to go. Let's
We have-
go.
We have people
Wait.
to meet.
I want to
told-
spend a token.
I told them we would be back. I would be back with Ollie.
I want to spend a token to reveal something. Wait, no, what? Where was it? Know something important about the place that we're about to be in.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Cornucopia. I hear that place doesn't exist. You can only visit in your dreams.
Let's go.
I heard it's called someplace.
No, it's just down the road. It's like it's like we'll get there tonight by this evening.
I've never been there before.
Hey, Ollie,
What, Nopey?
race ya, and I'll take off.
You don't even know which
Wait,
direction to go.
And Ollie just starts taking off after Nopey.
Well, you just pointed in the direction we gotta go, Radcliffe. So I was like, all right.
But I was gonna leave an offering to a small and forgotten god.
You still
Uh,
can.
No, because Nope ran off with it.
You better race. You better join the race then.
No.
Stop being such a killjoy.
Radcliffe is gonna take their little raccoon hands and grab their walking stick. Sorrel, are you gonna ride? Why don't you ride in the wagon? You've been walking all
Yes.
night.
I think that would be. Wait, I thought we were riding the bug.
The
No,
bug
No,
is
the
pulling
bug
a
is
wagon.
pulling a wagon.
I thought we were all gonna ride on the. I've been watching a little Avatar: The Last Airbender to prep
Yeah.
for
All
the
right.
next game, and so I'm imagining a giant ladybug that we ride.
I mean, it's
It's
big.
a giant
It is
ladybug
big.
pulling.
But
it's
we're
like
not- it's a
pulling a
wagon.
wagon.
Right. Okay.
Wait for Avatar to ride a flying bison.
Right. So, anyways, yeah. Oh, that sounds lovely. And he kind of like props up against one side of the wagon, and about 30 seconds later, you hear a gentle snoring.
So as Nope and Ali have left, Esme looks at the tent that's not put away, and
he
she
shrunk it.
says,
No, he
I'm not
shrunk it.
touching that. Oh, he already did. Okay,
He
I didn't
shrunk
hear him
it.
say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, I'm not touching that. at
I'll
all.
catch up with the young ones.
We're
and-
going to a place that may not exist, but I hope that's not magic.
Don't listen to him.
It can't be, right? Because
That's
you were
not
there,
true.
right,
I
Radcliffe?
was there. Yes, I was.
Okay. Okay, so it's a real place.
I remember walking there.
Okay. Okay.
I go down on all fours and I kind of garumph after the young ones.
Just gets
You say young
hotter.
ones. Nope's a full-grown fox.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Young
As-
at heart is still young.
Esme's gonna get into the rider's seat and take the reins and lead Bugaboo down the trail to Cornucopia.
It just gets hotter and hotter.
I probably catch up with Ali and Nopi like lying on the side of the road sweating.
Probably.
Or-
I rouse after an hour and I say, "Oh, finally, it's not so cold."
I spend a token to provide a solution for an aspect or immediate problem. I catch up with you guys.
Oh,
Spend a token to find the knife in the road.
I found you.
do we want to just kind of montage the sweltering travel?
Montage.
Pick back
Yes.
up
What kind
right
of music
before we get
plays
into.
during the montage?
I don't know. You tell me. I think Radcliffe is not chasing Ollie, and is going to trust Puppy and is going to play the fiddle for Sorrel and try to ease Sorrel's physical pain with music.
Ah, interesting. I would imagine then that the music, that there's like a joyful fiddle playing during the montage as like the dusty miles just get eaten underneath the steady trot of Bugaboo, and the whole crew eats lunch at a brief stop in the sweltering heat in the shade of the wagon. And Esme maybe reveals at that moment that she's been sun brewing a special batch of tea.
Sun
Just-
brewing. What does
Yeah.
that even?
This is totally a thing. So
I believe you.
You take
I
the
believe
tea
you.
that you want, and
Mhm.
and it takes like hours.
My mom
But it's
used
like
to do that in the backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it in like on a hot summer day.
Eat
And
it
then
with the
you, like-
sun.
I don't think they have those in Minnesota, Scott.
Oh, right.
I don't have the sun here.
You don't have hot summer days in Minnesota.
Oh no, most certainly do. But when that happens, we don't go outside because you can't breathe because the humidity decides to take your lungs.
You just should
Yeah.
just throw a jar. Usually it's like a clear one of those like a Gatorade thing, but it's clear and you put the tea in there.
I'm a coffee drinker, so you know. That's
It's
not how
like the tea version of cold brew.
I think
Yep.
that's great. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
And
the
it's
scene you're setting.
spiced with some like tree bark and gooseberries, and it's like bracing and refreshing.
I'm imagining like a wild cherry bark.
Ooh.
Ooh, wild cherry bark. I
What do
like
we
it.
have? What do we have for lunch?
Puppy's sleeping under the wagon.
Under the wagon.
I don't know, Esme. What do we have for lunch?
Man, be great to have some popsicles, right? I don't have any popsicles.
Ice, baby.
Radcliffe has some jerky.
I don't think Sorrel eats meat.
Yeah, probably not.
I
It's-
think Esme's going to make some ants on a log with celery, peanut butter, and raisins.
Now you're bringing me right back to the sun tea and the ants on a log.
Uh-oh.
It's summer
Oh.
camp. That reminds me of a stupid joke.
So it's refreshing and it's filling.
Monak, I'm so curious about the stupid joke. I saw your head. No, you're shaking your head. No, don't say the joke.
The
What else is
celery
happening?
nice and crisp.
What are Ollie and Nope doing as we're like traveling as this montage is happening?
So I want to do a thing. I want to spend a token as we're traveling.
Yes, please.
Ooh, spend a token.
And I want to find what someone needs to give them a chance to change fundamentally. And I want to ask Radcliffe why they don't like to have fun as we're traveling. But it's just gonna be kind of lighthearted. Like it's not like it's just like you don't seem to want to like play with Nopi and or with Ollie and I, and you're always kind of so serious and wanting to take care of everybody. Why don't you just want to have a little fun?
Because the rebellion sucked it all out of me. But also I have parents to find.
We can still have fun.
I am having fun. I'm playing music.
Yeah, I know you like your music. I like your music too.
I like it too. I keep telling Ollie
I'm on a
I think you
mission.
weren't here. What's that?
I'm on a mission. I have to. We're trying to find Ollie's parents.
So I keep telling Ollie though, I don't think you were here. Like we're not lost. Sure, we'll meet up with them again, but we're all here. We should enjoy that.
I am enjoying it. I'm playing music.
Okay. Can I join you?
Sure.
Don't you
Is
play
your-
the Arcana?
Is your little god gonna join us? What is that god's? What is the little god's name?
Dulcet.
Okay.
Let me see what he's up to. Hey buddy. Yeah. He's enjoying the music too, he says.
What is he a forgotten god of?
Tiny melodies.
Is he just good? Well, I'm glad he likes it. But Flickers thinks they'll say it's interesting. But Flicker's sleeping right now because the sun is out and it's too hot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Too hot.
Ollie,
Right.
don't forget to drink some water.
It's finally.
Nope, you should drink some water
comfortable.
too. Be sure to hydrate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm okay. I can take care of myself, Radcliffe. You probably think I can't. 'Cause I like to goof around and have fun, but I don't like to get bogged down in the worries, you know?
You made it this far, right?
Radcliffe is going to shrug, which is something they can always do, and go back to playing music.
I love that. So you can always do shrug.
I can always listen.
Nopi can always leap up on top of something. So It's like, can it try and encourage you to like, come on, right? Like, oh, come on, like try and get like a little game going with you or something. He's gonna like jump up on the cart as we're moving around and just like kind of run around. And I just feel like you're just like,
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good right here, seated in my
right.
stool.
all right.
I feel like Ollie's following the wagon, like dancing along with the music.
Esme will kind of notice the shenanigans a bit and basically call out to Ollie and say, don't forget you've got that ball on the wagon. You can play with that if you need something to bounce around.
Fidget.
I guess I could. Someone's got to throw it to me though, because I'm not gonna climb in the wagon. It's too hot.
Sorrel, yeah, the ball's
Sorrel,
near you, Sorrel.
Sorrel, always eager to engage Ollie because of her bon vivance. Sorrel like creakily climbs out of the wagon and begins tossing the ball with you.
And Ollie's gonna be really excited because Sorrel's playing. I got Esme to play, and of course Nopi and Puppy are gonna play. So now the only person left I have to get to play is Radcliffe. But we're gonna throw the ball back and forth. And 1 point, Ollie throws the ball back toward the wagon and where Radcliffe is.
I'm just picturing like Radcliffe playing the fiddle and like the ball just like hitting them.
So I'm gonna spend. Radcliffe is gonna spend a token to provide a solution for an aspect of a material or immediate problem, and will catch the ball without looking.
Wow.
He could have just asked. I was playing music.
Radcliffe, you are so talented.
With your tiny raccoon hands.
You've been holding out on me.
Well, some things just are. And Radcliffe will throw the ball back.
And Ollie's gonna catch it and be like, now I played with everybody.
That's pretty good. So we're just traveling on. I imagine that as it gets dark, one of the only things we can see is the forge because it is visible miles off. So it's like it's massive.
We hear like a thrum, thrum.
Yeah, probably. I was like, oh, maybe we should do take a moment, but I wanted to leave that for the other thing. Because now that it's dark out,
It's dusky, right?
we can have our meteor shower.
Mm. Ooh, what page?
I know, yeah.
20, no wait, wrong one. 205.
Yeah. So Radcliffe was going to like poke Ollie, who's like heat exhausted, like kind of sleeping now at this point in the wagon, like half sleeping, and be like, look at the sky.
And Ollie's going, what? Oh, wow.
Whoa.
The stars move?
Those are bigger than those are bigger than stars. Do we want to read the whole thing out loud?
Yeah.
I can read it since Sorrel's gonna read the cornucopia blurb. All right. Every time Devil Days rolls around, ask the table, is there something hanging over your head? Mark a meteor for each person who says yes. And then you get a meteor shower phenomenon. A meteor shower. Well, I guess who's got stuff hanging over their head?
Esme.
Yes,
Esme
Radcliffe
counts for like
also
4.
does. Radcliffe also does.
I mean,
As much as Ollie wants to pretend there's nothing over her head, yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something in Puppy's life. I have no clue what it is.
That's fair. All right. Well, it doesn't actually ask us to go super in depth, so that's a plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
A meteor shower. It is a rare and lucky devil's day indeed, when the meteors travel through the night sky and fill the air with those many streaking sparks. It's impossible to resist the urge to climb up onto rooftops or lie in grassy fields and watch the light show. Some superstitious folks say that these meteors are the souls of the dead, finally happy and surrounded by friends, while others say it's the lightning dancers descending from above to grant wishes. Treat the moment of the meteor shower as a seasonal holiday and advance your character appropriately. Once during the meteor shower, each person can spend a token and make a wish. The wish cannot harm others or force them to do something they wouldn't do normally. Each wish comes true, even if the matter by which it comes true is metaphorical. Never forget to care for yourself and the world around you.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just regular stitious. Sorry.
So this means that whatever your playbook says, you can, for like the
Advance,
upgrades, you can take an upgrade. But we don't have to do that on camera. We can just do that and have it happen. But it looks like once during each, we also get to spend a token. But Radcliffe was going to take the moment to marvel or to take a moment to watch a tiny moment of beauty and describe it. Well, actually take a moment to bask in the grandeur of the world and describe it to the table. But I would like everyone to describe what they're seeing in the meteor shower.
I'll start. So, was it Radcliffe talked about being in the rebellion?
Yeah.
So, Sorrel was a conscientious objector, and he chose to observe the wars and like write about them, but never take part in them and never take a side. And you all see Sorrel crying as he watches the meteors because it brings him back to the sight of flaming arrows flying over a battlefield.
How long are we going to say the meteor shower is lasting? Like hours? Minutes?
However long you want. I figured we probably stopped in like the middle of the road to like look
Right.
at it.
We get to make the wish during the meteor shower.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a great question. How long does it last?
I feel like meteor showers last like either hours or some
They can last a long
multiple
time, right?
days too. Yeah, multiple nights.
I figured the meteor shower would last at least as long as the rest of our play session. It's just dark enough right now for us to see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Google says 2 hours to 5 to 7 hours.
Okay.
That's a very quick Google search.
Yeah. So we have hours, to make our wishes right away is what the takeaway
Yeah.
is. Don't have to make the wishes right
Yeah.
now.
That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'd wish for.
So
Right.
we are describing though, right, what we see.
Yeah, what you're seeing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as Sorrel is crying, Esme moves to his side and her arm kind of moves around his shoulder. And she's quiet as she looks up into the sky, and she notices light coming off into the sky, and it kind of glances off a few stray dark clouds. And she removes her sunglasses for a moment, and her eyes are filled with tears. And she sees an image of a swan in the sky.
I think Nina and I went to this Airbnb once that we went out at night, and it's in a valley. And you can see the stars up above, but like in the trees, you can see all these twinkling lights from people's porch lights or patio twinkly lights or barbecue pits in the backyard, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's like just like it felt like people living in trees. And I think that when I'm picturing what Ollie's seeing, I think Ollie is seeing that image, but that's where home was. And she's seeing these like where home was with her parents, these twinkling lights before they left their home. And so Ollie is just like amazed and doesn't know what to think. It feels like home.
Oh, they're playing tag with each other.
They are kind of playing tag, aren't they?
And Puppy gets up and starts running around and jumping, like trying to catch them right out of the sky. Even, it's impossible, but running around the field around, on the side of the road. You are it. No, you are it.
Looking up and kind of just watching things. Then he closes his eyes, and I'm picturing as he closes his eyes, he sees the streaks still like on the backs of his eyelids. But they start kind of moving around and dancing almost. And with his eyes closed, he kind of starts dancing as well with them, almost as to kind of connect in some way with the world at large, with this rare occurrence. Not a dance anyone's seen him do ever before.
Radcliffe is like just sitting there watching it, remembering the last time they saw a meteor shower and who they were with. And is going to pull out the fiddle again and play more music from like the times of like the rebellion.
Are you playing the soundtrack to the Meteor Shower?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And always behind it all, a little thum, thum,
Yeah, I like that.
thum.
We're close now. Can you hear it?
It's better to work at night in the forge when it's so hot out.
That's a good point, puppy. You know a lot of stuff.
I know things.
It's also nighttime, so Flicker's out now and is like fluttering around.
Flicker's a meteor.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Maybe a small meteor. What do you think about that, Flicker? And Flicker gets brighter and will like fly around Puppy's head.
Da-da-da-da-da. Flicker, flicker, flicker.
Should we keep going?
Well, I want to add one thing. I'll be the first to make a wish.
Ooh.
So Esme has her arm around around Sorrel, and they're both kind of weeping for different reasons. And quietly he turns and says quietly, where I put the adverb is important, and says quietly, you know, Esme, I wish I could let go of all this pain from the war. I couldn't fight, but I saw so much injustice, and I wanted to. I have so much regret.
So your wish comes true if you spend a token.
Yeah. Whether
wanna
it's
help it.
metaphorical.
Yeah, I'm gonna help embody that. At that moment, like Puppy tumbles over towards you. He's like, ah, and comes and gives the two of you a giant bear hug. Not even having heard what you said. Isn't
And
it beautiful?
Sorrel like hugs you back, and you know Sorrel's like the biggest one here. Is he? I think he's bigger than Puppy.
We determined earlier I was bigger.
Are you?
We said something about being
Yeah.
bigger, and you said yeah.
Okay. So but Sorrel like hugs you back with like rib cracking force, and you can feel him like shaking, like sobbing.
I don't let go until I sense the beautiful moment to let go.
Esme is going to speak her true feelings on a subject and say to Sorrel, you know, the reason that you feel those feelings so deeply is because of your great compassion for others, because of your big heart. It's a wonderful and beautiful thing to have.
The biggest.
So I think, let's see. I think I've spent. I need to spend a token because I've offered. Do I need to spend one or two? Because I'm offering both of you a chance to connect with me on a deeper level.
Well, you spend the one to make the wish,
Mhm.
and
Okay,
then you
I
spend
spend
the
one to
second
make the
one,
wish.
and you spend the second one, I guess, to offer the
Yeah.
connection.
Mhm.
So yeah, wow, I'm down to two. Look at me spending tokens.
Spend those tokens.
Although I did get one for taking your tea,
Yes, you
and one
did.
for taking a moment to rest. So I
Mhm.
guess I'm still even. Damn it. But yeah, so Sorrel finally like subsides a little bit, and he like smiles at both of you with kind of a sad smile, and he says, sometimes my compassion feels more like a curse, but I suppose you're both right. It makes it easier to share in moments of joy. And he like looks on to see like Ollie and Nopi playing, and his like the sadness to his smile kind of like fades.
Your cat's gonna knock your frame down.
Yeah. Oh, listen, sweetheart. Okay, I don't want to buy another frame. Can you leave my diploma alone, please?
No.
What's that, human? This will bother you even more.
When I get to walk next to you on the road, it really feels like all is okay. And even better.
So we're gonna keep moving into the cornucopia.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Yeah.
keep going if we want. So I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Esme will.
Unless everyone's gonna dump all their wishes right now, but
Yeah. So Scott, tell us what we're approaching. As the banging gets louder and the flames are, it's hot.
So yeah, as we approach cornucopia, the heat continues to rise, and it's this strange heat mixed with cooling breezes, and we come upon cornucopia. It's located along the dusty paths of Haeth, forgotten but filled with strong-willed and creative creatures. The best forge in all of Haeth is located in cornucopia, and the sweltering heat of it can be felt for miles and miles. You need any metalworking, Magni is the best smith in town, but careful, you don't want to upset him, as he holds a mean grudge, and he carries a mighty large hammer that does his bidding. It's said that he once helped his brother Modi bind the slobbering god that ruled cornucopia then. The Lying Grape is where you can find rest and sustenance before carrying on your long journey. And it'll be long, as cornucopia is the last place for many, many miles. Don't worry, Spice the bar rat and tavern keeper of the Lying Grape is sure to offer rest and food for any travelers who can pay. Careful though, he's cunning and will wait until everything works in his favor to act. Some say cornucopia might not even exist, what with all the supposed magic that imbues the forge and was required to bind the slobbering god. And they may be right. What will you do in a place that might not exist? Do I add the part about the gods?
Sure, if you want.
The forgotten gods here come in the form of tiny little dust devils, cones of wind that lift up and swirl the sands, dancing and playing together and then shyly dissipating as people approach. And folks have forgotten their names, their moods, and they think that they are no more than strange weather patterns. But sometimes the dust devils lead a thirsty traveler to an oasis, or someone lost to a group of travelers crossing the sands of Cornucopia, or around Cornucopia.
Look, Sorrel, it's real.
Well, maybe I've just never come in this direction, little one.
It's very loud and very hot.
Boom. Boom. I bet it's filled with adventure.
Well, everywhere we go is filled with adventure.
Do you think there'll be more treasure?
Maybe. I mean, we did find treasure in the castle. We made the treasure in the castle.
That's all I got.
Radcliffe is going to keep walking because that's something Radcliffe can always do.
Yeah.
Esme is going to listen because that's something Esme can always do.
Radcliffe is going to walk towards the tavern.
Esme will lead Bugaboo up to wherever I'm sure there's like some kind of stables or something, and dismount and look around to get support for Bugaboo so they're not left out in the heat.
Flicker, however, has stayed back and is where is it? Flicker has decided to is like flitting around Nope, and has like is trying to get the attention of Dulcet, and Flicker is going to ask, what is true about you that you keep from everyone? And if you want to withhold it, you will need to spend a token.
For me or for Dulcet?
I don't know. What do you think?
What was the question again?
The question is, what is true about you that you keep from everyone? If they want to withhold from you, they'll need to spend a token.
I mean, I think we want to hear from Nope.
I agree. And like Flicker's just like flitting around your like ears.
I'm gonna spend a token just because I don't want to do this right now. So
That's fair.
I don't think this is the right moment to share it. So he's gonna kind of, as Flicker is like dancing around, he's gonna kind of dance with Flicker, kind of like almost playing a game, like ducking and weaving, and trying to find the motions and withholding whatever it is that he is withholding, and kind of moving into a dance in this kind of happy-go-lucky state that he's often in this upbeat, hopeful state. And he's gonna kind of do that and make his way over to Radcliffe. Like, hey Radcliffe, look at this. Look at
Yeah,
Flicker.
it looks like Flicker likes you.
Oh, that's cool. I thought Flicker always stayed with you.
Well, Flicker, I mean, you are with me, so Flicker stays in the vicinity. But it's kind of their job to like keep an eye out for things that are getting missed and making sure that everyone has light and can see it, find their way.
Well,
They just
that's
happen
cool.
to be helping me.
That's cool. Hey, I gotta say though, like, I'm just so grateful to be with everybody here, and everybody here is so nice, and I wish that this could be like this everywhere we travel.
Mm.
Said I wish.
Did you spend a token?
Now I had to spend a token for it. If you had one wish, what would it be, Radcliffe?
I would wish to see the people I love the most in the world.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I will spend a token. Guess we're going with if you use the words I wish. Works.
I'll kind of
After,
put my,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I'd put my arm around Radcliffe if that's okay.
Radcliffe will.
I'll put my arm kind of up on your shoulder.
Radcliffe will spend a token to offer someone the chance to connect with you on a personal level, and will allow it.
Okay.
And will put their arm around Nope.
So kind of arm in arm, I'll point at, you're kind of heading towards the tavern, right?
Yeah.
And kind of just point and just be like, shall we check this place out? Now that we're somewhere?
Yeah, I have to add, I think I met them in the tavern, so maybe they're still in the tavern. I told them to stay put.
Who did you meet?
They said they were friends of Ollie's parents.
Oh, cool. I'm friends with all these parents too.
I know, but you haven't seen them in a long time. They said they had just seen them. Like
that's cool.
a couple months ago.
Cool.
Where is Ollie? Ollie!
Ollie got distracted.
Ollie's like over at the forge.
Right?
I was worried about that.
Boom, boom. Ollie's like walking towards the big sound and all the light. This is so cool. Because Ollie can always get distracted.
Take a moment to marvel at something no one else has seen before and ask it and describe it. You should just describe it since no one else is there. And get a token. Just, get all the tokens.
I don't need any more tokens.
Well, what's happening at the forge? What are you doing? I mean, you're a child. You probably only don't even come up to
the window or whatever.
Yeah. And it's probably really loud.
I'm imagining from the inside, it's bright and warm, and you're looking out this window and you just see this little otter head just keep popping up at the window,
jumping up.
I imagine
in
the
time.
forge is also open air in part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let the breeze through. Shade shelter.
I think what Ollie is marveling at is just the sound of the banging and sparks flying through the air, kind of, and they look a little bit like, say, Flicker, right? Who Ollie's been spending a lot of time with,
and the meteors.
And the meteors, right? And if otters can sweat, Ollie is definitely sweating, getting so close to this huge forge, and just like, I think we hear maybe some deep humming going on, like just not like a melodic like Nopies music playing usually, but like this, like, I don't know. All I can think of is the intro to Frozen, and I don't want to do that to us. but something like that.
Yeah.
Let it go.
No,
Let it go.
that's in the middle of the movie. I'm talking about the beginning with the
I don't remember the
chanting and the
beginning either.
like.
Yeah. Ooh,
Actually, when you say like a deep humming, all I can think of is the start to the Misty Mountains in The Hobbit.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
hmm
like-
My nephew sings that at summer camp every summer.
that's pretty great.
Mhm.
Who wants to play Magni? The blacksmith.
You know what Magni is?
A wombat.
A wombat.
I don't even know what a wombat is.
I say, what does a wombat
They're,
look like?
they're marsupials in
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
that
they're
actually is really
kinda cute.
fitting. They are cute.
They're pretty cute.
uh-huh.
This is like the
I was recently at the Omaha Zoo, and they have some wombats there.
This is like a scarred, couple patches of fur missing,
Yeah.
most muscular wombat you've ever seen.
Yo, they can get much bigger than I realized.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, they're big.
I didn't think they were that big.
Well,
No.
Patrick is the world's oldest and largest, but you know. Did you see that picture of Patrick?
They did it.
I did that. Yeah, that's a big wombat.
Ow. My goodness.
Wow.
If you're
like
at home, look up wombats, please.
It's like a big squirrel.
You made it less cute.
I mean, he works a forge. What can you expect? His brother probably is cuter since he just hangs out at the tavern and drinks.
So if it's okay, I'd like to just do my wish. So Esme is going to kind of park the wagon, unhitch the ladybug, and bring them into the stable. She'll take care of all of that, making sure that that bugaboo has plenty of water to drink for the night. And then she'll come out. She'll kind of be by herself, and she'll look up at the sky, watching the meteors fall. You know, her sunglasses are back on her face, and she says her wish. I wish I knew why my family abandoned me.
Giant meteor, one bigger than the other ones, just kind of shoots across the sky as you say that.
And she just stares off sorrowfully into the sky.
Yeah, I guess it never says we have to get the wish doesn't have to come true right now.
Are you spending a token?
Yeah, I'll spend the token.
You're going to find out at least soon. Then.
But it's also going to be metaphorical.
Yeah. Well, I'm using my move, spot something interesting, and there's this giant dead tree in town, and I decide, oh, and I go over and I climb up in it. Right, there's just a few large branches, you know, and I find this reclined position in it. I watch the meteors, marveling in their beauty. Now, the wish says you can't harm others or force them to do something they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do normally. So you guys can decide. It's not gonna. I'm gonna wish I wish all my friends, everybody even, but my friends at least, could not just see the beauty in the world, but also the beauty in themselves. And spend a token, which I will leave you all to interpret how, if that wish affects you. I want you to see not only the beauty in the world, but the beauty in yourselves.
While I'm kind of standing there outside the tavern with Radcliffe, I'm going to spend a token to offer someone the chance to connect with you on a personal level. And I'll just turn and say, if you want to sit with me at the sunrise, might be nice to have a little company.
Like the actual sunrise?
Happens every morning.
Sure. I used to do that back home. Sounds nice.
And then I'll just turn to you and be like, race ya, and I'll run for the tavern.
I don't race. Also, Ollie has run off.
As you're like, I don't race, I'm already gone running.
I'll catch up to you.
While you're
Okay.
chasing after Nope, you run past Sorrel, kind of like plotting toward the or plotting away from the tavern, calling out, Ollie, Ollie.
Yeah, and
Ollie's
Flicker.
gonna be like, oh, I'm over here.
Yeah, and Flicker is something Flicker can always do is point out something people missed, and has like fluttered off and found Ollie.
And you see Sorrel like heading toward Ollie's voice.
Flicker is like flittering around Ollie's head.
Hi, Flicker.
And suddenly you feel free to chase after Nope, momentarily absolved of your responsibility.
Radcliffe.
And I spend a
doesn't
token.
race.
I spend a token to hold on, I can spend a token to provide a solution for an aspect of a material or immediate problem. Damn it, I'm down to one token.
And then the rest of us, I feel like there are things, Scott, that you're just not taking tokens for that you should be.
No, I'm down to 3 tokens, probably. I'm bad at taking tokens. I'm always trying to find a way to spend them.
I feel like my new goal as Nope is to get Radcliffe to race with me by the end of Wanderhome.
Good luck.
You already made your wish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have regrets now about that wish?
Nope.
You
I mean, you can't
someone to do
force
something
someone to
new.
do something they don't want to do. Yeah.
Do we have
There's-
narrative left for this evening?
Does Sorrel find Nope or Ollie?
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm creating a poem.
Okay.
You both are just standing there watching Magni, the wombat, forge steel.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Sorrel might have some feelings about that.
He might. He's just like still does not notice that you are like jumping up in rhythm.
And
trying
there's
to
also a
see.
meteor shower to watch and
Right.
4D to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a special forging that you can only do when there's a meteor shower. That
Ooh,
Oh, I like
doing.
that. And
yeah.
so
Like
that gives Ollie the perfect
sparkles.
chance to ruin the whole thing.
He's like he's meditative trance like.
Yeah. You are like thinking, is this magic? Is this what magic looks like?
And
I think Ollie probably thought the meteor shower was what magic looked like. Like
as
Yeah.
Sorrel like walks up to Ollie and puts his giant hand on your shoulder, which is like, you know, as big as your torso or something.
mm,
And he says, sweltering dog days, an iron anvil. Yeah, come on. Sweltering dog days.
is it not sticking?
Look, I got
place?
because it doesn't make any sense. I don't like this haiku. I'm trying to rewrite it in my
Poems
head.
don't have to make poems
They don't have to
make
make sense. Haikus don't have to make sense.
All right, fine. Sweltering dog days, an iron anvil watched by the firefly.
That's a perfect haiku.
Yes, that is a perfect haiku. Also, I think you took a moment to watch A Tiny Moment of Beauty and described it to the table. So take a token.
Yeah, okay, fine. Back up to 4. Come on, Ollie. Let's find the others. Well, that was
But-
fast for Sorrel.
but that's so cool. He's making something.
Doom. Doom.
This is kind of a fun place to pause.
Doom.
Yeah, we can pause.
Yeah, I feel like we've reached like the right spot.
And it gives time for next session. Any of us that haven't made a wish, it's still the same time.
I think it's
Plus
just
now it's like,
you.
do we find out what he's making? Do we rejoin?
Yeah, it
can
might
pick up-
just be me with the wish. That's right. Ollie's wish is not the one that I come up with. I don't want that, like, she would wish for her parents,
Right.
and that is not going to happen for a while, or it would, yeah.
Well, remember, the place is also a mirage. So
Oh, damn.
It may not exist.
it may not exist. So don't forget
Okay.
the place has moves
right.
too. Forgot about that.
That's right. Okay.
Thought you liked
But this is a
it.
good time to stop.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As like the heat is like making these like magical binds that you can actually see.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should ask a question about wishes, but I didn't write that one. I wrote a different one.
To not too late to change.
It's not too late to change. But it's late in my awakeness.
The hour is late, and Gandalf okay. Why is Lord of the Rings in my head today?
Because of Forge.
Maybe.
Because it's a thing that is often good to be in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We also had a quote last week. No, but yeah,
But
you
you
weren't here with
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Okay, so we're gonna end with Ollie and Sorrel and Flicker
At the forge.
watching the Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. Let's do it.
All right. So we start to exit the magic circle again with questions. And start with the standard. What did you appreciate about your play or someone else's play? Favorite moments of tonight? And let's go back to the order. I believe it's Dustin first.
That's me.
Yep.
Yep. I appreciated Kayla letting me try and connect a little bit with Radcliffe. feel like I've kind of been going around trying to connect with different people at different points in this game so far. So yeah, I appreciate that and the willingness to do that.
I really liked Sorrel's moment. It was your wish, right, to be free of your pain and all that, and the Sorrel appropriate metamorphosis, right? It was really just signified by the slight change in your smile and a little bit of your words. It wasn't this big, rainbows and fireworks, though there were a meteor shower, right? It was the Sorrel way of transformation happening. And I'm glad that Puppy got to be part of it.
I appreciated Puppy's like little moments of wisdom. I thought they were really great and well placed.
I'm going to cheat and I'm going to say I loved everyone's descriptions of the meteor shower. And I appreciated Kayla having us do that.
That's not a cheat.
Not a cheat. I spent a token for it.
That's true. So not only did I appreciate your play in spending the token, but all of us in our descriptions were really cool.
It was a cool.
I appreciated everybody's play. I think just everybody played in their characters, and it was really interesting to see the group dynamic change a little bit. So yeah. Scott?
Can I do 2?
Yes.
Okay. So I appreciated Tennille's choice to kind of both hold back being specific about like why or how she missed Sorrel, but also then like leaning into the friendship that they have. That was a really great thing to lean on. And then I also appreciated Dustin's choices with Nope tonight, where we get to see like a little bit of like the playfulness as both like a genuine but also like a coping strategy. So that was, I thought, very cool to see.
Okay. I'll post my question in both the chats. We made it to the intense heat of cornucopia, the horn of plenty in a parched land. Legend says it may not even exist. How was this session a cornucopia for you? Or how do you manage in the face of uncertainty, in the face of the not existing, right? This may not even exist. How do you manage when you don't know?
How do you manage when you don't know in the face of uncertainty? It's a good question, right? I feel like I am. Wait, are we answering as characters or players at this point here?
I think this one is a player question.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was getting as a sense. So, I don't know, like I waffle between the two somewhat of trying to just accept things as they are and learning to go with the flow and work with it, and also being stubborn and wanting things to be a certain way. So I think my best self in managing those uncertain times is just kind of going through it and working through it as it is. Perhaps that's a little bit of what I'm trying to channel with Nopi here.
I am going through, I'm in a period now of a lot of transition and potential change, personally, professionally. You know, the rabbi who ordained me passed away recently, and that's changing what's happening with the seminary I went to. I'm on the board of that seminary, and I'm looking at myself in different ways professionally and growing and adulting. And there's other personal changes around in my life. And one of my guiding principles has long been live comfortably in uncertainty. And also a sub principle is understanding is overrated. I really try and live by the idea that I don't need to understand things. And to be in a place of uncertainty can actually be a very holy place when the future is open, a liminal space. I don't have to know how my professional and personal lives are going to turn out in the coming months and year. You know, kind of relating back to what Tennille said about trying to be in the moment of it. Have some dreams. I have dreams. I've made plans. I've filed for an LLC. You know, I've taken steps to make things happen. And I'm talking to people about bringing my groups to their location. But I find it really comfortable to let myself not worry about uncertainty. Kayla.
Yes. So one of the things that I miss about living in a rural area is the sky and the stars. I don't get that anymore. So for me, this session was a cornucopia because we got really great descriptions of really beautiful night skies and just skies. And so I appreciate that because that was like one of my favorite pastimes was looking at the stars and the northern lights and things like that. So back home. So thank you.
I think I was going to go with the cornucopia one instead of uncertainty because I don't do well with uncertainty.
Same.
Same person, Kayla. If we're looking at Ollie, like Ollie got to play with everybody. And I think that's a cornucopia of fun and abundance of fun. And that's what I was looking for tonight myself, with all the stress going on. I'll also add, like, I really appreciated the descriptions of the night sky because my summers were filled with going to summer camp, which living in a very urban area, I would not. It's all light pollution out here, and going to camp and being able to just lay on the field and look up at the stars is one of my favorite things. But yes, fun. Today was an abundance of fun.
I'm going to focus on the other question. How do you manage in the face of uncertainty? Honestly, I think these times are filled with uncertainty. I mean, the global pandemic has been the most uncertain thing ever. It's just unknown, just a whole list of unknowns. But what I've always kind of lent into during the 2 years and ongoing of the pandemic is that all of us are going through it together. The whole world, globally. And it's that thought that has me feeling connected. And And so I manage that phase of uncertainty by looking at that connection and also taking it one step at a time, staying in the present moment, being grateful where I'm at, what I have. And that's it. Scott?
Yeah, you totally stole my vibe there, Tennille. We've spent 2 years of uncertainty.
Mhm.
Like 2 years of not understanding what the rules are, what the so like all the social contracts are gone, all the constructs that we've had are gone. Like do you wipe down your groceries when you bring them home? Do you go to the grocery store? Do you mask? Do you not mask? Do you do learning in person? Do you do learn? 2 years of uncertainty. How do I deal with uncertainty? I don't do well with uncertainty. I think that I think Dustin said that, right? Like I don't cope well with it. I've had to learn how to cope with it. And I think for me, a lot of that has been identifying what sparks joy. I KonMari'd my life. And that's how I've dealt with it, is I've tried to like balance out that hardship with joy and closeness and connection with people I care deeply for.
Let me cheat and get emotional and say that cast and Friday Night CASTT as that anchor there has really been a lifeline for me during this pandemic. To look forward to it every week and to make friendships and close connection with some of you I haven't even met. I know I've been in the same room with some of you who I didn't meet, but like most of you I haven't ever spoken to face to face. And this has been amazing and a lifesaver.
You guys understand that Menachem and I hung out every Saturday for like, I don't know, 20, 30 weeks in a row. For like hours on Saturday.
Haven't done that.
Sorry, now I made you feel bad. My point was
no.
like this,
No.
like this not supplements it. What's the word I want? It makes up for that loss. Somewhat.
Thank you all. Sounds like we're ready to step out of that circle. We do the name ritual in the reverse from the opening. We say the character names and we say, see you again soon to the characters. And then we say the player names and wish each other sweet dreams, a good evening, a good week, whatever it might be. And we start at the top again.
Hey, I've been playing Nopi.
Nopi.
Bye,
Hey,
Nopi.
Bye,
See you
Nopi.
soon.
Nopi.
And my name's Dustin. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
Dustin.
Dustin.
Sweet dreams.
Dustin.
Puppy.
Puppy.
Hey,
Hey,
puppy.
Good night, puppy.
Well, puppy.
Nice. And I am Menachem.
Good night,
Good night,
Menachem.
Menachem.
Long, Menachem.
I was Radcliffe this evening.
Taking care of
Bye.
business.
Good night,
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe.
What's up, tiny
Thanks,
hands?
thanks for cleaning up Nopi and Ollie's face for me. I appreciated that.
And I'm Kayla.
Good night,
Pleasant dreams,
Kayla.
Right,
And
Kayla.
you get to see stars soon.
Kayla.
I will.
Yeah.
Been Ollie tonight.
Good night, Ollie.
Good night, Ollie.
Good night,
Catch the ball.
little lady.
And I'm Laura.
Take care.
Sweet
Laura.
night,
dreams,
Laura.
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 I've been Esme tonight.
Good night.
Good night,
Esme.
Good
Esme.
night, dear friend.
And I'm Tennille. Good night, everyone.
Pleasant
Bye.
dreams.
Good night,
Bye.
Tennille.
Night to Neil.
Tennille. I suppose that leaves me, Sorrel.
Good night,
Good night,
Night.
Sorrel.
Good
Pleasant
night,
dreams,
Sorrel.
And I'm Scott.
Good night, Scott.
Pleasant dreams,
Night,
Scott.
Scott.
Good night, Scott.
And good night, everyone. Thanks
night,
so much
everybody.
for
Good night,
joining us
viewers.
tonight. Another episode of Wanderhome will be back again next Friday night, 9:30 Eastern.
Pleasant dreams, blessings.
Right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.